everybody. Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave, and right now I'm going to talk to you about my 20th anniversary reviews. Okay, I got to figure out a better way to bring this stuff in because I'm just losing my mind. But anyway, so it is the year 2024, 20 years ago, 2004. So what I'm doing for the remainder of this year is talking about a bunch of movies that came out in the year 2004 to celebrate the 20th anniversary. I've already done a bunch of them so far, and according to this list, I got quite a few left to do. So I'll be doing those reviews between here and Instagram, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Best way to do that is follow us over on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, subscribe here to the YouTube channel, Facebook, and Blue Sky. And yeah, so this movie I'm gonna be talking about right now is the movie I'm gonna be celebrating rather for the 20th anniversary is Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. Before I get any farther, I want to make a public service announcement. So I do know that this is the holiday season. This is the season where a lot of people get a little down, get a little heavy-hearted. Lot floats through their mind. I do want to just say that, you know, if you are suffering from any type of seasonal depression, please hang in there. Please talk to somebody, let those things out, get those things off your chest. Don't sit and wallow. Try not to sit around and wallow in your despair. I know that it's hard. Trust me, it's been kicking my ass this year, but I just think that, you know, I believe firmly that we all can get through this together. And you know, if my videos happen to bring you guys any type of joy at all, even the smallest amount of joy, I'll take it. Please tune in, watch, have a good time, have a laugh or something. That's the best I could offer you. I know it's very little, but still, just try to find some bright light to get you through. It's hard. I know these words are annoying to hear sometimes, but just push through and just know that I believe in you. I'm with you. You're not dealing with this alone, because like I said, it's kicking my ass too. So we're in this together, like High School Musical. However, the people who can't, no, I'm kidding. All right, there's gonna be a horrible segue. That was gonna be a horrible segue. I just want you to know that. But that's what I have to say about that. That's my piece on that. So getting into review, Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. Wow, this is a very terrible segue. This is horrible. This movie is based on the book series with the same title, Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, which, fun fact, was my favorite book series of all time when I was younger. I didn't care about Harry Potter. I didn't care about Twilight. I didn't care about none of those other books. But you put Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events in front of me, I have all 13 books. I only finished 11 of them. I only finished 11. I never finished the last two, but I've read those books. I loved them. I bought them. Like I was caught up. So like when I was reading one book, I had to wait for the other one to drop. But as soon as it dropped, Mom, can we go to Borders? Or Borders was a bookstore back in the day. For those of you who don't remember, we used to go to the store. We used to have stores for books. Yeah, it wasn't just Barnes and Noble. It was Borders. I don't know why I'm doing that accent, but there was also a bookstore called Borders. Okay. And I used to go there and I used to buy books. Bought a whole bunch of books. I used to read a lot. I used to read a hell of a lot. And I was like, Mom, the new Lemony Snicket book coming out. We got to go get it. It drops on this day. Can we go to the store, or can we go to Target or Walmart or somewhere where they have this book? Can we get it? And I always prefer to buy my books from a bookstore because I'm uppity like that. All right. Like, why am I buying a book from Target? No, I'm going to buy a book from Borders or Barnes and Noble. Like, come on now. So I had all the books. I had like the box set collection that had like a certain number of books in there. I remember reading them. I loved these books. These books were so good. They were so quirky, but they were kind of deep. I don't know. It was really great mystery books, honestly, in my opinion. And they always had such the greatest cliffhangers in literature history, in my opinion. I loved these books to death. So imagine my surprise when they announced in 2003 this movie was coming. But imagine my surprise when I learned that they were making a movie based off of the first 3 books in the series, and that Jim Carrey was going to be in it. Jim Carrey, comedy icon Jim Carrey, was going to star in this movie. And then the trailer came, and I saw the actors that they have portraying the Baudelaire orphans, or the Baudelaire children, orphans, however you want to say it. And man, I was like, yo, it's just like the book. They look just like the book. Like, this is amazing. Like, this is, I have to see this movie. Unfortunately, I did not get to see this in theaters. I wanted to, but I didn't get a chance to see it in theaters. I don't think I did, though. No, I don't think I saw this in theaters. I was obsessed with trying to see this movie, though. Like, don't get me wrong. I wanted to see this movie so bad, and I do not think I saw it in theaters, but I know as soon as that DVD came around and Netflix, they used to deliver movies to the houses. They used to put the DVDs in something called mail. And you used to put the mail in the mailbox. And the mailman used to come drop the mail at our house. We used to do something called DVD rentals. Like, DVDs were these discs back then that had the movie on them, right? So we put the movie instead of the DVD player, not streaming. We had to use the DVD player. Let me stop. You guys know this. But anyway, so I love this movie. I was obsessed with it. I was even obsessed with the sound, like the score for this movie. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I was on the website every day just listening to it. I was excited for this movie. And then I saw the movie. And it's not that I didn't think it was bad. I did not think it was a bad movie. But knowing what I knew about the books and then knowing what happened in the movie, I was like, wow, well, that didn't happen in the book. That didn't quite necessarily happen. Okay, I get it kind of rushing through it. But at the time, I remember always thinking, I wish they would have just done book 1 as the movie. Book 2, another movie. Book 3, another movie. Instead of condensing all 3 books into one film, because it's just like each book had enough in there to really carry its own film or its own little block. Which is funny because I think about a couple years ago, Netflix adapted a series of unfortunate events into a series where they covered all 13 books. And each episode, each book had 2 episodes attached to it. So you will go over the course of 2 episodes, and these episodes were, I think, combined, the 2 episodes were like the length of a movie, like, in all honesty. So you would get everything that you got from the books into these, of course they made like small changes and stuff like that, but still, like, you got the accurate depiction of the book, as accurate of a depiction of the book as you could possibly get in this series, right? I think it had like 2, maybe 3 seasons. I think it had 2 seasons. And I loved it. I loved it because, like I said, I didn't finish all the book. So it got to some things where I didn't remember I read it. And it got to some things where I knew I didn't read it. And I say, yo, this is incredible. Like, I loved it. But that's another review for another day. But this movie here, like I said, it was directed by Barry Sonnenfeld, who is most famously known for the Men in Black movies. So he did Men in Black 1 and 2. No, I'm wrong. It was produced by Barry Sonnenfeld, directed by Brad Silberling, which is, wow, I just learned that today. I thought Barry Sonnenfeld directed this. Ooh. So the books that it adapted, it was The Bad Beginning, which was the first movie, the first book rather, The Reptile Room, which is the second book, and The Wide Window, which was the third one. Like I said, all 3 of these books have more than enough in them to have their own individual movies, but I guess I get it, like, this was a time where they were trying to kind of get used to pumping out movies based on these young adult novels and stuff like that. So kind of just testing the waters, I guess. I don't know. But I mean, it was good though. Jim Carrey's portrayal of Count Olaf, hands down, one of the most iconic performances he's ever done. Like, there's The Grinch, there's Ace Ventura. I'm going to save my opinion on the other one I was going to say. I'm going to save that. Give me a couple weeks. I will say what I was going to say in a couple weeks. I need, and if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. As a hint, there's another movie that Jim Carrey's in that's coming out soon in a couple weeks. Okay. And I have to see that before I name him on that caliber. Okay. But that one aside, he's iconic as the Grinch, iconic as Ace Ventura, which is like an original creation anyway, I think. And he's iconic as Count Olaf. He, like, him doing hello, hello, hello. I am your beloved Count Olaf. Like, he bodied that. Like, to when Neil Patrick Harris, who played Count Olaf in the Netflix series, when he did it, I was like, it's not Jim Carrey though. It's just not Jim. Jim kind of was the perfect Count Olaf. Like, he got the look, got the physique, he got the menacing behind, even though he plays it more comedic, which is my only criticism, is that Jim Carrey played Count Olaf more comedically. But I think that if he would have been given more opportunity to reprise that role, he would have been able to do a lot more of a darker version of Count Olaf. But Neil Patrick Harris, he was like that, like right in the middle, where it's like, yeah, some comedic. Well, not even in the middle. It was like there was some comedic, but there was a lot of darkness in there. Like he brought that menacing darkness of Count Olaf. You know what I'm saying? So, and Count Olaf was a menacing person. So I bet you're wondering, you talk so much about these books, you talk so much about this, but Dave, what is this about? You keep talking about what are these things about? What is this movie and these books about? So the movies and the books, the movie, the series, the books, all this, the property is about these three kids, the Baudelaire kids. You got Klaus Baudelaire, who is he's a very well-read individual. He's very smart. He remembers a lot of things that he reads. So he's very wise on that front. His older sister, Violet Baudelaire, who is able to invent things. When she starts to tie up her hair, is going down. She's thinking of an invention. She's going to make it. It's going to be awesome. And you got the youngest Baudelaire, Sonny Baudelaire, who is just a baby, can't really speak much, and she bites a lot. Like, she has very sharp teeth, and she can bite through damn near anything. Yes, her teeth are her greatest asset. I'll just put it like that. One day they come home to discover that their house has been burnt down and their parents have been declared dead. This leaves them as orphans. And so they have somebody, a caseworker named Mr. Poe, who just tries to relocate them to another family. The first one, well, to different relatives. The first person that they're left with is Count Olaf. Count Olaf does not care about these kids, though. Count Olaf only wants them so that he can get the Baudelaire fortune, which is, again, like their parents left behind a lot of money for them, but they can only get it when Violet turns 18. So Count Olaf tries all these nefarious plans. He mistreats them, first of all. He severely mistreats them. And even after the Baudelaires end up getting away from Count Olaf, he always finds them, always in a disguise, always ends up killing, all right, whoever was set to watch over them and would actually give them a better life. He always ends up finding those kids, killing their guardian, trying to take them, until Mr. Poe somehow shows up and goes, "Oh, Baudelaire, what happened to you? We have to put you somewhere." Yo, Count Olaf's right there. Oh, that's not Count Olaf. That's Jimmy Jim Jambatoon. And he's clearly not Count Olaf. Look at his ankle. Well, word, you have the tattoo that Count Olaf has on your ankle. You might be him. Well, kids, let's go and get him and take a. Where did he go? Then he shows up again. Oh, that is Count Olaf. They're like, yo, that's Count Olaf. That's Count Olaf. He's like, nonsense. There's no tattoo on his ankle. He covered it up with makeup. Children, you are insane. It's really like this really crazy back and forth. We're like, oh my God. Like, I'm reading the books. I remember reading the books and I was like, oh my God. If they don't understand that this crazy dude that's Count Olaf, how do y'all not know that? How do y'all not know that this is Count Olaf by now? Like, y'all, stop, save these kids. Like, so the books were very intense in that manner. And the movies do capture some of that. It captures a lot of it, actually. But it's just, like I said, we're condensing the three books and then making an ending where it's just like, oh, but the Baudelaires will be okay because they have each other. No, them books never ended like that. Them books are like, yeah, the Baudelaire's good for right now, but, they still got something to go to and it's going to get worse. Like, it's just like, shit. Like, God damn, like, Baudelaire, like, please give them a break. They literally don't get a break until the end of the series. And even then, they're on the run. Oh man, this is crazy. Watch the Netflix series. You get the most, you get the closest depiction of that. But if you want like the accurate, as it was written, read the books. Like, the books are amazing. I'm thinking about seeing if my mom still got them books at her house. So I'd be like, yo, let me pick back up where I left off. Like, it's yeah, man. These books are incredible. The movie was great. I love the movie. And the series was pretty goddamn good too. I remember I watched the series with Sam, and she even enjoyed it. And I was like, yo, the books, this is like the books, man. It's like the books. I'm sitting there, I'm freaking out. I'm like, yo, it's like the books. I can't believe this. Like, this is really good. So this, and just seeing them adapt, oh man, yeah, I'm geeking out. But yeah, so 20 years later, watching this movie, I know back then I would have definitely given this a 5-star movie. I loved it. But going back to it now, 20 years later, having not seen this movie in so long, I didn't realize I hadn't seen this movie in a long time. Having sat and watched it and really giving myself to, looking at it through different lenses, I would say that the rating kind of drops a little bit to 4.8. And well, really, about 4.8. And that's really, Jim Carrey is really the reason that this movie stays up so high. Other than that, having seen, and I definitely am taking into account the Netflix series adaptation. Taking that into account, it's like, okay, this you see where they could have done an entire series. You see where they could have done the Harry Potter thing and just kept making these movies with these kids, and it would have been great. But I get it, Hollywood stuff, blah, 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 blah. But it would have been nice to see that. And just knowing how much you can get out of one book in the span of like what would at its total be the length of a movie. That's why I was just like, wow, okay. So like just taking that to the face, like, wow, they could have adapted a lot more, but they didn't. So it kind of does drop to 4.8 just because, I've seen a version that did end up being a bit more superior just in terms of its storytelling and the way it told the entire story. That's really it. But other than that, though, like, it's a great movie, solid movie. And I do encourage people to watch it. And again, I do encourage, now I'm probably going to put my kids onto these books too, but I do encourage if you like to read, these books are, they're not like, they don't talk down to you, not like child books. They are on the upper end of like, okay, this is like mature, like, some deep, like I said, people get killed. Like, not like, oh, I died of poison. It's like, no, Count Olaf went to that man with a knife. You all know what happened next. Like, I mean, like, it's crazy. It's a very, so I do love this. So happy 20th anniversary to Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, the movie. Shout out to all the cast and crew that was involved. And make sure you guys give it a watch. It's on Paramount Plus now, the stream if you have it. Make sure you check it out. Other than that, that's it. That's all I have for you guys. If you can't watch it there and you don't have Netflix to watch the series, then read a book. Read a book. Read a book. Read a book, motherfucker. Read a book. All right, I'm sorry. That's me. But that's all I have for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel. You already subscribed. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Blue Sky, all that good stuff. And make sure you guys take care of yourselves this month and during this season. Until next time, y'all be easy. Stay breezy. Peace.